which was really fun, but it really brings us, a little bit behind this morning. So it's good to see everybody here this morning. And Judy or Sean, thank you. We'll get it together here at some point. So glad to have everybody here today. My name is Reverend Jay Lang. I'm the spiritual director here, and so excited to be here today as we're opening up the day. We're opening up this beautiful day, this gorgeous day we have on the energy last night of the outdoor concert we had, which was wonderful too. And we just begin each service with some music and opening up the music last night to the music this morning. And here's Narayan and Janet to open us up. Yeah. All yours.
Let's go, babe.
Let's do it.
This is a song we wrote for you guys.
Do we see? Yeah.
NVCS. Remember that? L.
Good morning.
Clap your hands if you're in that kind of a mood. It's aerobics.
NVCS L. NVCS
L.
NVCS L. NVCS
L.
Welcome to the center.
Welcome to the center.
Yeah, welcome to the center.
Welcome to the center.
Come on in. Welcome to the center.
Welcome to the center.
Welcome to the center.
Welcome to the center.
I'm bold. I'm beautiful.
I'm bold. I'm beautiful.
I'm change. I'm powerful.
I'm change. I'm powerful.
I'm great. Let's celebrate.
I'm great. Let's celebrate.
We're great. Let's celebrate.
We're great. Let's celebrate. Yeah. You can take a breath right here. Yeah.
NVCS L. NVCS
L.
NVCS
L.
NVCS L. I'm loved. I'm grateful.
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 Welcome
to the center. Welcome to the center.
Welcome, everybody.
I love that. It takes us a minute to get how long that wait is. NVCS L. So we can breathe between that, really. You don't have to wait to breathe to get to the L. So welcome, everybody. Such a beautiful day. Welcome, everybody online. It is a glorious day today, a glorious time to open up to our greater good that is coming to us as us. We like to begin each service with our vision and mission statement. So if you'll look on the screen, whether you're at home or here, and read with me. We are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action. And our mission statement, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths. A glorious affirmation for this morning, and just for us to recognize the greater intention within us in this life to open up to a greater happiness, a greater joy, a greater feeling of choice that we have in our lives. So great to be able to affirm this, and as a community and individually. Before we begin things today, I just want to give you a few announcements. that are important. First of all, this coming Friday is the movie Bad Faith. This is an important movie either to watch at home or with us on Friday night. It's a step in a different direction we usually do because we try and stay apolitical. And this particular film is political, but it's really about democracy. It's about presenting that what is called Christian nationalism is really a front for white supremacy, in particular white male supremacy. So I think it's something that, although it's a hard movie to watch, I think it's important for us to watch and look for action steps that we can take and do something about. And what's nice about the one we're having here on Friday night is Peter Coyote, the narrator of the film, will be here to talk with us about the movie. And I'll interview him and we'll talk on that. So it's really exciting. That's the good news. The bad news is we are at about 85 tickets already. They're free tickets, but today is pretty much the last day before we close registration. I'm sure it'll fill up by the end of the day. So if you want to come, make sure you sign up today because this is, it'll fill up this place, quite frankly. And then the very next day, another fun event is Crush MS. This is the annual fundraiser that the Reed Family Vineyard puts on, and it's the intention of preventing and stopping MS. And it's a personal project that we have taken on as a community to establish volunteers for it and to participate in it. So please, if you haven't volunteered, haven't signed up, and you want to volunteer, it's not too late. There's a meeting today at 4 out at the Reed Family Vineyard. And buy tickets to it. Get everybody's friends. Oh, perfect timing, Karen. Come on up. You are you are cute. Yes, come on up here. Let me get you a microphone. So this is Karen Reed. She is the co-owner of Reed Family Vineyard and mother of Kevin Reed, one of the co-founders of this wonderful event. So could you talk about volunteers, talk about whatever you want to talk about this morning?
Oh my goodness, well, good morning. And just looking at you all, most of you have been to Crush MS, I think. And I've talked to many of you about what you'd like to do for us this year. Next Saturday, it is happening. Weather report is good. It's not supposed to be really hot, so we're going to keep our fingers crossed and prayers and all that for weather to cooperate. Our goal is to raise $100,000, but our other goal, our additional goal, is to increase awareness about MS. And because it's our 10th anniversary, we are going to be posting their posters, their actually banners, 30 of them. Each one is about a different person who has MS. In their words, they've written what they've learned from MS, what their challenges are, what their hopes for the future are. And so it's just very moving to read all of their words. But that's one of our efforts to increase awareness about the diagnosis. And so we're just very proud and excited to have you all come, whether you volunteer or whether you come as a guest. We hope you can make it. And I've talked to so many of you. I know it's okay you can't come if you can't, but we're really looking forward to having you all there. Starts at 4 o'clock. We're having a volunteer meeting at our place this afternoon at 4 o'clock, which I think many of you know about, but also Peggy Gravendahl. Where are you, Peggy?
She's here.
Oh, you're way back there. Okay. Peggy is in charge of the food at the event, and she would like to talk to you if you're a food volunteer. She'd like to talk to you after the service today. Not instead of the meeting at 4, but maybe, if you can't make the meeting at 4. So thank you all so much. Get a motion.
Did somebody have a question? So, Karen, I know you don't like spontaneity all the time. You like to be prepared. But I checked out your outfit on the way in, and you looked good. So you're It's all good. So this is a great event, and I'm glad that you will be able to attend, and we know not everybody can make it. You put a dart on the calendar, and it's a date that not everybody can come, but we appreciate the support we can. And also, buy tickets. We appreciate your support for that. And then also that weekend also on Sunday, I'm going to have a new member class. And this is just if you're curious about our center. Maybe you've been going here for a while and you don't know what membership brings you. Membership is something that allows you, there's special meetings we have about Centers for Spiritual Living, our parent organization, our parent denomination. You get a 6-month subscription to the Science of Mind magazine, which is a great magazine to be a part of. And it's just a better sense of more about our community. So if you're just curious about ways to be involved, what we believe, to a deeper connection with other people, and the other things that help you here, please come. And then the following Sunday, we're going to honor new members. So come be a part of that. Anybody who might have been part of the Unity Church here in Napa, I know there's several of you. I will be glad to transfer your Unity membership to CSL automatically, but you might want to come anyway just to kind of get a sense of how Unity and CSL are different. We'll go through that. So you can sign up online, or there's at the welcome table, there's a sign up for that also. And then in August, our Unbottled concert continues. We have another one on August 14th. Alvon Johnson, who's a blues guitarist with a beautiful voice. I think you'll really enjoy that. Same kind of setup we had last night, where we had little clusters of chairs. Bring a picnic, bring something to drink, and just enjoy the cool evening. We're going to have a later start, 6:30, just because I think August may be a little warmer. So we're just going to start a little later so we can allow that Napa coolness to set into the evening, which it did perfectly last night. It was just a perfect day. And then we have all continuing meditation at 6 p.m. Here in the sanctuary. Hope you can join us for that. And now we'll begin our sacred part of our service with music.
Let my feelings rise. Oh, let my feelings rise. Oh, let my feelings rise. Oh, from my heart. Let my feelings rise. Oh, let my feelings rise. Oh, let my feelings rise. Oh, from my heart. Knowing who I am. Oh, knowing who I am. Oh, knowing who I am. Oh, in my heart. Let my feelings rise.
Good morning. Okay, let's start with a beautiful meditation. So if you'd like to gently close your eyes, if you're comfortable, and sit quietly and open yourself to all the love and wisdom that is surrounding you and that is in you. Know that it is always there for you whenever you are willing to receive it. Know that you are one with the love and the wisdom of God, and there's never a separation. I'd like to stay there. Now, I invite you to open your eyes and take this truth of who you are into this glorious day and experience it wholly and completely. And so it is. So, my insight. We were walking the other day, I was walking with a friend of mine, and we were thinking about how amazing this world is. It's just incredible. There's so much going on that we have no clue about. There's molecules flying around, atoms flying around. It's like, wow, it's insane. But we can't see that because, of course, it would make us crazy. It wouldn't be good. And I've heard it's quite loud, so it's a good thing. But there is another level that we can reach, and we can get there. And it's an amazing place, and it is worth the time to experience life and experience God, to get to another level, to experience a whole nother way of looking at things, a whole nother way of being. And I started thinking about that, and then I saw the quote, I can't remember his name, Thich, something like that. Yeah. Well, he was saying that there is an incredible possibility in every moment that we don't even realize. And with God, we can, and we do. And so walking with God is probably makes sense. I mean, it just feels amazing. So I offer to you and myself to spend as much time with God as you possibly can, and hang out with God every day, all day. And just, that's your co-pilot, and that's my co-pilot, and that's my insight. Thank you.
So when we played the Agape Church in Oakland, in the Bay Area, we were doing a Zoom, the first time we did a Zoom with them. And we worked on the sound for an hour before the service, and we were all, everybody's freaking out, oh my God. So we did the whole service with just the two of us sitting on a bench in front of the camera, singing. No instruments. We couldn't even have a shaker because it wasn't coming through right. What a thing. What a deal to go through. It like changed our lives. All you've got is your energy. It's like when you guys are speaking, I don't know how you do it. You got your energy, in a couple of notes. And so we're going to try to share that with you.
Yeah, I like to speak to what we just heard.
Oh.
And I heard the other day that ego stands for edge God out.
Yeah.
So including God every day, then we're transcending that.
That's a good
Beautiful.
point. That's a good point. Huh?
Okay.
Ego, yeah. Okay, if you feel like clapping, go ahead. We'll try to stay in the beat. Speak truth and set intention. Feel real, the power within. Even loves to
to say just what I feel. No need to think it out. The truth will reveal.
Things will change on the inside and the outside. What I feel through my words and my actions, I just take a big breath and say what I feel. Speak truth, set intention, feel real, the power within. Breathe in love's dimension. Speak out and do it again.
Notice closely what happens when I speak my truth with love. No longer filled with questions, I'm as clear as the blue sky above.
My life has been set in motion. I am who I came here to be. I've taken on the notion to speak my truth more powerfully. Speak truth, set intention, feel real, the power within. Breathe in love's dimension. Speak out and do it again. Speak truth, set intention, feel real, the power within. Breathe in love's dimension. Speak out and do it again and again and again
And again,
and again.
and again.
It's a beautiful song. I haven't heard that one in a while. You guys pulling that one out? Yeah, it's good. It's good. One announcement that I wanted to correct. I said the wrong date on our next Unbottled concert. It's always on Saturday nights. It's August 17th. So August 17th, don't want to put the wrong date in your mind. And the other thing I just want to, Michelle, thanks for a great reflection today. And I also want to say how important our practitioners are here. They are, they hold us in prayer when we request it, and sometimes even when we don't. So because they're just holding all of this community in love and care and knowing that Spirit is moving in and through our lives. What we call God, what we call Spirit, is just a sense of opening within you, a sense of peace, a sense of love. And as we're open to it, new things can happen, breakthrough, reveal. And those practitioners that we have here are here to help facilitate the process when you feel stuck or you're wanting something, wanting to create something really, really badly. They help you find what is really important about that creation and to help you create that in that way. And why I bring that up in particular, I just will always like to affirm our practitioners, but we have a new practitioner amongst us. So Monica Smith-Braun did her paneling last week, and she is our, stand up. So we will be installing her officially next week during the service and having a reception for her after that. So we're excited about that. And also we are continually offering classes that move people towards the requirements to take practitioner class. And we'll be starting new classes in September if that is an interest of you. What many people tell me is, oh, I'm always taking classes here, and suddenly somebody tells me that I can take practitioner class now. So that works too. You don't have to track it. Just keep taking classes, and pretty soon we'll say, okay, that's enough. Now you can. So we're continuing to talk about imperfect practice and how practice makes us imperfect. Now, I know that's a strange thing to talk about in some ways, because that's not what we grow up thinking, that we have to be perfect. We have to be something that is this ideal that's not reachable, actually. What I know is there's some wonderful things in our world that, boy, I don't know where those slides are. Let me get, oh, here it is, here it is. So that people have taken trash and made art out of it. made something beautiful out of something that's just as simple as found objects around their house or in the trash. And also the Japanese have had a philosophy for centuries about wabi-sabi. And wabi-sabi is taking broken things or cracked things and filling them in with gold to make them beautiful. And they even create art that is intentionally imperfect and interior design that's intentionally imperfect because they believe that's where the beauty is. And then in our own community, 10 years ago was the Napa earthquake. Coming up in just next month, it'll be the anniversary. And Christina Young, pictured here, has been working on a project that's taken some time because she's involved so many different community members, 1,000 community members, different nonprofit and public partners that have taken broken objects from the earthquake, from residents and businesses, and they've put them together in a mosaic that is creating this, not yet finished, but will be finished in a few months and be displayed publicly. And so it's this beauty that is obviously here. And it also, we've talked about this image because it has a target, and almost like it was meant to be the concentric symbols of symbol of an earthquake. But it's also, what is our target in life? Is it perfection? Well, I suggest to you it's imperfection, actually. I invited Christina to come and talk. She's going to come talk in a couple weeks in August, close to the anniversary. I think it's the 11th of August. So she's going to have a chance to talk about her art piece that's here and how they did that. But what's interesting, there's all this beauty and imperfection according to artists and other people. But I wonder why, and maybe I'm alone, but I have a resistance to that some days of thinking that my mistakes are beautiful or part of my evolution, my change. I love what Dr. Reverend Georgia last week, if you were here for her talk, if not, I really recommend watching it on YouTube. She talked about first and second choices. Our first response sometimes is one of frustration or disgust even at ourselves for doing such things. And our second choice, it's our second choice that we can go deeper and recognize that this is part of a change, a shift in ourselves that can happen. That we accept our humanity. Often we talk about we are a divine being having human experiences. I love that phrase. But I tend to hang on to I'm a divine being and forget I'm having human experiences. And when I have human experiences, I think I'm wrong or broken or something, which is not true. It's simply not true. So I'm so grateful to have that second choice, that second response that reminds me I'm divine and I'm also divinely human. And I believe that if we take the time to be mindful and aware, open-hearted, that our missteps can be a path of enlightenment, that we can lighten up, that we can be the light that's delight in joy and happiness and grow and learn from that. And be available to allow Spirit to come through us in this way. Because if we didn't have these broken pieces, we might not, as you said, edge God out. We might not leave room for God. The cracks themselves are the room for us to look and dive into us. And maybe there's nothing, maybe it's not tied to a belief we had once or some big trauma or thing. Sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. Maybe it's just an opportunity to let more Spirit in. More time to open up our heart and our soul to something greater and a greater way of living. So there's nothing wrong. It's just allowing us an opportunity to let go of who we think we're supposed to be, as Brené Brown says, and embrace who we really are in that very moment. And if we focus too much on perfection, we're suffocating our experiences. We're closing it off. We're cutting it off from the life-giving essence that does create opportunities for us to be alive and open. I talk sometimes about us being a Buddhist Christian teaching. Sometimes I call it Budeo-Christian, Judeo-Christian. But Christianity is wonderful, the teachings of Jesus, not all the teachings about Jesus, but the teachings of Jesus, talking about forgiveness and love and surrender and opening our heart and being radically inclusive. These are the teachings that I align with, and I hope we all are, and as a community we are. But also, the work that the Buddhists are doing is pretty amazing because of their idea that we all suffer, that we all experience pain in our lives. And when we're able to accept that which is, accept who we are, we lessen the suffering. We might still feel pain, but we don't suffer as much. There's a teacher, her name is Sharon Salzberg. She's just this wonderful, amazing teacher that had a really hard childhood, I think she said something about she lived in 5 different family structures in her life because of divorce and death and changes and just so much change in her life. And so she grew up feeling like she had done something wrong and she was bad and that she couldn't do anything wrong. She was afraid of doing things. So she went to India, a very simple practice she learned, a meditation. And she, this was in the late 70s and early 80s. And she was there for many years and was a learned and practiced Buddhist. And she came back to the U.S. and people were encouraging her to teach. So she, with a friend of hers, Joseph Goldstein, began to set up groups of people to talk to. But she was morbidly shy. She was afraid she would say the wrong thing. But suddenly we're into this time of women's empowerment, and as when they went to group, her co-partner, who later was her husband, but then just co-partner of teaching, would do the teaching, and all the women would get up later after it and complain why he didn't let her speak. When in fact, she was just scared to say the wrong thing. So she began to, at other people's encouragement, to do loving kindness meditation. If you're not familiar with that, it's just a simple practice of being in meditation and saying, may you be happy, may you be well, may you be at peace, wishing others that, and then also may I be at peace, may I be well. And it's a way of just allowing people, not forcing anything, and it's a very beautiful, compassionate, loving way to send people blessings. And so she said, I can do that. She began doing that. And as she did that, she opened her heart and she realized she wasn't the only person suffering, that everybody suffers. Literally, everybody suffers. Now, we like to say everybody experiences pain. Suffer is a hard word, but if we look at it, sometimes we are suffering. And sometimes we're suffering because we think life has to be a certain way. And if we allow it, may we be at peace. Maybe we be well. If we accept what is, then we leave room for things to open up in our lives. We let go, surrender, and then the healing begins. The revealing begins as something new and fresh and powerful can come through us only when we accept, only when we're willing to allow that. I'm a huge fan of the hero's journey. That is a way of describing what can be a moment in our lives, what can be a day, what can be weeks, or what can be a lifetime of going through the process and going into the unknown world, the special world, the magical world, whatever you want to call it. It's the world of spirit where there is not, you don't know anything. You're called into it. You're called into this world because of something happening in your life. It could be an imperfection, a misstep. It could be some sort of shift in your life, a medical diagnosis, a relationship breakup, a job change, or something that's just gnawing at you, that something needs a shift and you don't even know what it is. It's just calling you in. And what I know about the hero's journey that moves in a circle is you can take the short path. You don't have to go into the unknown world. You can take this little, you can stay in the ordinary world. But your world's pretty small. And I guarantee you, if there's one thing you want to do, you'll keep experiencing the same thing over and over again. You have to dive into that special world, that divine world. And sometimes it's just as simple. It really can take a minute. It's like you say something, you think something, something happens, and you have your first choice, and you go, oh, that's not true. Why am I thinking that? That's not who I am. That's not my true self. This is who I am. This is what I do. And this is my second response, my second choice, my second way. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you didn't say that first thought out loud. And even if you did, you go, no, this is the truth. This is the truth of who I am. This is the truth of who you are. This is the truth of who we are. And know that deeper self. And other times, that journey can take a long time. We finished up a class called Super Attractor this last Thursday. And it's an interesting class because I went into that class going, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that. Anytime I say that many times, something's wrong. And I realized quickly that class wasn't going to be what I thought it was going to be. And that was the most beautiful part about it, letting it go and letting it be what it was to be. And the last two classes have been magnificent. A lot of the class was self-exploration in groups, and the people in there really were willing to be vulnerable. And what came out of it, at the end of the class, we were talking about the process of the care of our soul, our self-care on a deep level, that no one can tell you what that process is. And if someone tries to tell you what that is, you can thank them for sharing, but you know what the truth is and how that process is for you. As long as you're partnering with Spirit. Now, if you're on your own, you're gonna be doing this thing, right? You know? There's that too. You can shut out the world, you can hide from the world, you can close up, and you're going to be in that. But if you're willing to open up to Spirit, then you can open up to a bigger way, and it's your way. You need to choose how long you grieve, how long it takes you to process something. If you're accessing something, maybe it's ancient trauma from when you were a child, it's going to take longer. It's just going to take longer. And that's okay. It's good to have support in the process. It's good to be in community, and you have to know your own way through that. So when I talk about this, there's different ways to talk about this hero's journey. But there's three things that I want to talk about today, and that's three things you gain is one, as you go into this unknown world, you gain tools, you gain wisdom, and you have this breakthrough, this transformation, this revelation that we have. And you can, some people divide this up into 12, 14, 18. Just focus on the three that are the most important. You gather tools that are here. So what I know about the tools we have that we can gain, they can be like tools we have for garden tools, that we have to use them. We have to know how to use them, the right tool. But we have lots of tools that we can use. But if you leave the tools in your shed and never use them, never get them out, they're going to get kind of rusty. So pull out tools, whatever's going on with you, try different things, even when you're not in a time when you're going on a journey, you're processing something, you're dealing with something. Pull those out just so you're familiar with them and you know what they are. You know, they can be journaling or opening up to reading a text, or listening to a talk of some sort, coming to church on Sunday. Somebody told me last week that that coming to a service lasts 10 days. I didn't know this, but it lasts 10 days, right? And so if they miss, they can miss one Sunday, but then by Wednesday, they're starting to get a little tweaked out. So there's so she likes to try to come every Sunday just to make sure. That's her. But we have so many different tools. In my email this week, I talked about how fairy tales and sacred texts can all be revealers of truth. But it's about allowing something, when something opens up into you, something kind of comes into your mind. It can be a song that can bring some revelation to you, some tool to use to bring you into some inspiration. But I use the story of the 3 little pigs. And we know those pigs, who tried to build the house out of straw, sticks, and bricks, that we assume that the brick-laying pig was the smarter and wiser of them. But the story actually just says that he was willing to spend more time building it. Some of us are the kind that build the airplane while it's flying. And that's fine. That's fine. So, you make a quick structure and it's not going to hold up, but you learn along the way. Those pigs did not rebuild their house out of straw and sticks, did they? No, they went to, the first pig out of straw, that got blown down, and went to his brother with the sticks. That didn't stand up, so they went to the brother with the bricks. And that was the one that worked. So we keep trying things until one that works. And something that works in one day may not work the next day. So we have a variety of tools available to us. What was that game show about phone a friend? Let's always remember that one, right? Phone a friend when needed, when you need support for something. And I think the wolf in this case thought he was smarter, and I think that might have been his downfall, thinking that he could easily outsmart these wolves. But what I love about the story about the brick house is these pigs didn't need to live in this house forever. They were safe. They could go out and play outside and have a merriment, but they knew where their safety was. They knew where their sanctuary was, to wee all the way home, so to speak, right? They could make it home. They knew, and that's what's important is as you go out into the world, you are in the world, but not of the world. And if the world gets too caught up in your brain thinking, your judgment, whatever it is, a belief in your unworthiness, go back to your sanctuary, go back to your brick laird, and remember who you are. Remember the truth of who you are. And that's the beauty of this, going into this idea that we have these tools and we can always choose again. Ernest Holmes says we cannot change the fact that whatever we put into the mind will be reflected back to us. That's science, right? But we can change that which is reflected. We can uproot the old. We can implant the new. We can neutralize what is already there, right? We can all come back. So then we move to this wisdom. And this idea of wisdom can be guidance we received. I mean, there's a universe out here that supports us, right? So when we open up, when we surrender, when we say God, Spirit, Yahweh, whatever you want to call it, universal presence, I don't have anything. What do you have? I don't understand the situation. I'm lost. I can't figure out how to get through this. I keep making this same mistake over and over again. What you got? I give up. And open up to that. And there's also people in our lives that are the source of that wisdom. And you'll hear, like I heard a lot of people talk about Reverend Dr. George's talk last week, and they were just little nuggets. And it was fun to hear you talk about it because and then I also listened to it, and I got some nuggets out of it. But it's what, in ministerial school, let me backtrack. In ministerial school, I was told when I was taking a class on how to give a sermon, how to give a message like I'm giving right now, I was told there are 3 talks. One is the one you plan. One is the one you actually give, which is different than when you plan. And then there's the one people hear, which is often different. I've been told things that I have said after a talk that I didn't say. Or I don't remember saying it. I don't know. But that doesn't matter. There was wisdom pulled from that which happened. You were open, I was speaking, it happened. And that's the beauty that wisdom can come from anybody. Andrea Haley is I was on a call this week with, it was John Lewis's, the civil rights leader, a former U.S. representative. It was the anniversary of his death. And they had this really big call with these people that are doing amazing work and getting people to register for vote, all these different organizations. And one of them was this person named Andrea Haley. And she actually met John Lewis and had this amazing story about her experience meeting him and the wisdom she told him. Let's see if we can listen to this. Can you turn that up a little bit?
With a group of people, and we walked the Edmund Pettus Bridge together. And when we walked the bridge together, I'm like a civics super nerd. I get really into the tech side of everything. And I was sitting there and I had a pen and paper, and I said to him, "What did you do back then that we're forgetting to do now?" And I don't know, I've told this story a lot. I don't know exactly what I expected, that I thought there was a tool or a tactic or a silver bullet or just one thing that we had all forgotten. And so I was ready to write it down, learn it, and we're going to go do it, right? And he looked at me and he said, "Oh, you have to keep your joy." And I didn't know what it meant at that time. I wrote, "Keep your joy." And I literally put it down and I read it over and over again. And I was like, how do I keep my joy? Did I not have joy? Do I have joy now? I mean, I went on a little bit of a journey with it. And all these years later, I can tell you the one thing that is the most important thing that sustains you no matter what is happening in the world is that you have to find ways to keep your joy. So
in his civil rights march, and many times he was imprisoned and called names and so much, and the work was so hard, and he just kept doing the work. And what he wants to share with people is not keep up the fight or keep going, you could do it. It's remember the joy. Yeah, that's wise and powerful. That's and you know, things are a little bit crazy right now with the election coming up in, I don't know, 100 days, 90 days, whatever it is. Everybody's got everybody's opinion about it. And I just say sometimes it's good just to turn off the TV and turn off the news story. I mean, keep up with some things, but boy, there's just too much. It's just too much, right? And come back to center on that. And remember the joy, right? Remember the joy. We are complicated people, so many different layers of us. And the other thing I wanted to say about wisdom is sometimes the wolf is the source of wisdom. That which you are challenged by the person can be a source of learning. In fact, we may need the wolf in our lives, something to mirror back to us, because when we judge somebody, we are judging them as something that's inside of us as well. And so it mirrors back to us that which is a source for us to reveal more. So we're grateful for those kind of beings, those kind of humans that are in our lives that remind us, and once again, it might crack us open a little bit. But that crack is where spirit can come through. I think of the wolf thinking, he thinks he's so clever. Well, sometimes I think I'm so clever too, so, I need to be aware of that it's ego, and let that go. So, And finally, when we're willing to go through all this, we can have a breakthrough. And like I said, it can be in a moment, it can be in a day, it can be weeks, it can be a lifetime of seeking this kind of breakthrough. What we know is that when we embrace our imperfection, our humanity, it opens us up to something greater, something more powerful, that opens us up in this light of who we are. Eckhart Tolle said, when challenge comes, and as they always do, make it a habit to go within at once and focus as much as you can on the inner energy field of your body. Attention is the key to transformation. And full attention also implies acceptance. Attention is like a beam of light, the focused power of your consciousness that transmute everything into itself. So it's our willingness to go through this journey, to dive deeper into the unknown, to open to something that is this universal wisdom, to use the tools we learn about, who sometimes Spirit can give us these tools to open us up, to connect to us deeper. Then we can find this enlightenment, this lightening up, this remembering the joy in our perfect imperfection. Let us go to prayer. What I know in this moment is there is only God. One universal presence that is around us, in us, and through us. We can't go anywhere where it is not. It is always available to us in every moment. So in this moment, we just allow that presence to be within us and feel this connection to Spirit, feel this connection to life itself, and that which is within us opens within us. So just imagine right now something that is on your mind, something that's troubling you, something you're holding for yourself as a wish or for someone else. And just put that person or put yourself or that situation into the light. Let it be in the light. And as we surrender what we think we know, allow Spirit to reveal in this situation now and continuing to unfold in you in perfect ways. We know this is Spirit working in our lives. We know that's the way Spirit works. And we're grateful for this. And this may not be enough time for us to reveal completely, but just use the same process to allow the light to surround the situation, this person, and just be at peace. May we be well. May we be at peace. May we answer the call to God. And so it is.
And at the end of the trip, you get freedom. Well, you say you want to feel safe. You got to get freedom. Ooh, you want to do something great. You got to get freedom. I want to be in a better place. You got to get freedom. And there's things you don't want to face. You gotta get freedom. Everybody, 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 everybody want freedom. Everybody, 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 everybody want freedom. Everybody, 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 everybody want freedom. Everybody, 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 everybody loves freedom.
Wanna get on track, but I don't know Jack. Gonna find the road to freedom. So I went to town and I looked around. See so many frowns. Got on the bus, got a seat for us. Heading straight for freedom. Got off at the park and we stayed till dark. Tuning in freedom. Everybody want freedom. Everybody want freedom. Everybody want freedom. Everybody want freedom.
Enlightenment and liberation, peace of mind and peace of vibrations. If you want to reach the pinnacle of your life, your highest potential, to connect with the younger generation and love with the inner vibrations. Everybody want freedom. Everybody want freedom. Everybody want freedom. Everybody loves freedom.
Freedom in my soul, I'm feeling whole. Freedom in my heart, it's a real good place to start. Freedom from a thought, you know it can't be bought. Freedom from the pain, let me say it again. Everybody want freedom. Everybody want freedom. Everybody want freedom. Everybody loves freedom. Freedom. Everybody loves 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 freedom.
Everybody does love freedom. Thank you so much. Good to have everybody here today. Once again, if you want to be part of that membership class next week, sign up for it at the guest table or sign up online. There'll be a link for that. And so grateful to have everybody here today. So this is the time in our service when we invite you to be part of our law of circulation, the law of attraction. By opening up to that which is greater to you. We know that which you give, if we could have our ushers come forward, that which you give comes back to you in your giving and your receiving, that it opens up your life in wonderful ways. So if you take that which you are planning to give today, or you've given in the past, or you give in the future, and just put your hand over your heart representing that, let's speak the affirmation that is on the screen. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is.
Thank you for all you bring to me. I just want to thank you. Your love set me free. I just want to thank you for all you bring to me. I just want to thank you. Your love set me free. I just want to thank you for all you bring to me. I just want to thank you. Your love has set me free.
want to thank you for your support of our center in many ways. If you ever want to know where your donations go, there's a poster over here. You can get a sense of where your donation benefits. And this week, the board and I are sending out an email letter to you, just giving you an update on the budget and different things like that, kind of a mid-year thing, because we want to be transparent about where your money goes and how things are going, and to let you know about that. Okay, well, I don't know if that needed to be announced in the service, but it's done. Okay, we'll all listen to that later. It is important, yes. I will say right now that let's just go to prayer about that, because I think we want to know the spiritual understanding of that I know the Spirit is moving through the political democracy without a party affiliation, because Spirit does not take sides, and Spirit is knowing that which is highest and best for this nation and for the world, and this is the truth of what I know. I know this is the nature of Spirit. I know this is the nature of our realization of Spirit as well, that we are called to action, the one that is our action, and to facilitate democracy in this nation. And this I know, and so it is. Yeah, nice. And I understand it's a spontaneous thing, so yes. If we also want to welcome anybody who might be here for the first time. If anybody's here for the first time willing to raise our hand, we have a gift for you. We'd love to acknowledge you. And we have a special blessing for you and for everybody here today. So we just raise our hands, and let's see if we can come up with the right, there we go. We bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in the world. We are grateful for your presence in our community, and so it is. Thank you, thank you. All right. And we also, I don't know if we have any children today. Okay. Well, if they are, they're lost, so we'll find them at some point. So, if I could have our practitioners come forward, please. Michelle, you want to stand up too? Our practitioners are here after the service for prayers. If you so want a prayer, want that sense of Spirit and that sense of wanting to seek a revelation for you or a loved one, please stay seated in the sanctuary. The rest of us will go out, and I have seen some good food out there today, by the way. Good food, good coffee. But if you need the prayer, stay for that. There's plenty there. So, but just let's move our conversation outside and enjoy the community today. Let's all stand for the congregational affirmation and closing song. Repeat after me. There's something wonderful happening through me right now. I'm led by Spirit. I'm guided by wisdom. I'm protected by love. I am here to be a blessing. I am so grateful. And so it is.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be joy. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world
So it is.
So it is.
Have a great rest of your Sunday. How are you? Long time no see. Good to have you here. How are you? Just Michelle's my anniversary. Took a Sunday off. Yeah. Oh, she was. Yeah, she's I like to bring in people like that. Hi, how are you doing today? Doing good? Hi, Peggy. Great seeing you always.